Hi, this is Andrea Woolf, and I'm so excited to be here with you today to share all about where you choose to focus determines your experience of life. So just for context, I'm a business and personal coach, author, speaker, and founder of Women of Impact. So I'd like to make a really big claim, and here it is. You're the one who's creating your experience of life. Now, let me give you an example of what I mean so that you don't think I'm completely crazy, although I'm just a tiny bit. So imagine this. Now, this is fictional, but imagine this. There are two people who've just gone through the same really dramatic experience in life. So, for example, a fire, or let's say a tornado, something which, we have experienced, right, in the world. Well, hopefully you haven't experienced, but we've heard of. Now imagine that those two people who are standing side by side, they both had exactly the same outcome. So the house is burned down or blown away, and thank goodness they both have their families intact. So there's no loss of life, but they have lost everything, which is truly a devastating experience, wouldn't you agree? Now imagine they're standing side by side and they're each looking at that empty space, that wreckage that was once their home. And on the one hand, one of them, completely understandably, is like a bit distraught. They don't know what to do. They're bemoaning their fate about like, why me, Lord? And all of that. They're focusing on the trauma and the loss of the house, and they're worrying and like all that, and all completely understandable. And yet, on the other hand, the person who's standing like right next to them, same experience, no more house, they're actually looking around to see who they can help. Now let's take a breath together. This is a fictional story. But you understand that each one of those people in that same traumatic, really understandable experience had choice in the matter about where they choose to focus. It doesn't mean one right, one wrong, one better or worse, but it's just this thing called mastery of the mind. And so the things that happen next in their lives are completely different experiences. Can you see that? One looking to see who they can help, one who is just completely in all of the problem. Again, one isn't better, one isn't worse. It's just a different experience of the same event. So now let's think about you and your life. We are indeed going through some interesting times, some challenging times, perhaps lonely times, perhaps worrying times. And it's for real, right? It's actually for real. There's no debating the reality of the moment right now in our world. And at the same time, I am here hopefully to just open up a little channel of inspiration, of possibility thinking, to help you a little bit through this. So let me just talk about something that happens often in life. So let's say you're in a relationship, or you know somebody who is, and let's say you're either married or you've just been in a relationship a long time, and let's say that it's less than optimal right now. It could be a whole lot better. Now, what often happens when we've been together a long time, whether you're married, whether you're dating, whatever it is, what tends to happen is that we start to notice much more often what's wrong, what's not working, what their problems are, like all that, before we notice the other. And I can't tell you how many times I've actually coached this with one person in a couple. And when they start talking with me, it's all about what I just said, how disappointed they are, what's not working, all the negative. And yet, when I invite them by just simple inquiries to look at Well, if it were different, what would it would look like? If it were really working well, what would be different? Etc., etc. If this were your dream relationship, like one day long ago it was, what would be happening now in the relationship that would have you fall back in love? It's amazing, like just through the questions you ask yourself, where you can shift your focus. The relationship is the relationship. You will still be in it for the same length of time. There's one wonderful woman I was coaching where she was so disappointed. He just wasn't romantic anymore. Does that sound familiar to you? And she was stuck in all of the what was wrong with him. And so by actually, my inquiry question for her is, well, if you were initiating, what would that look like? How could you? And she would go, no, it's him. He needs to. He's the guy. Well, that's a traditional thought. But like, what if you could actually, transform this? And actually, that is what ended up happening in that marriage. She totally reignited the marriage just by remembering she had something to do with this, right? How she was going about it, who she was being, how she was acting. So it's so important to remember that where you choose to focus determines your experience of life. If it's out there at the awfulness, or is it here, like how I've contributed to how it now is, say in relationship, in business, in life, all of it. So think about this. Where are you right now in these very, very real tough times right now? Where are you choosing to focus that truly isn't serving you right now? Maybe it's worry. Completely understandable. Perhaps it's fear. Even more understandable. These are truly strange times. And maybe it's self-doubt. Maybe you're doubting yourself. If it'll ever get any better for you. If you'll be up to it when things do turn around. Like on and on and on. Where are you choosing to focus right now that isn't truly serving you right now? And ... If you were going to transform that, where could you be focusing that would uplift you? That would allow for possibilities to sneak in. That would then start to have you noticing little miracles that are showing up, where help is available, etc., etc., etc. Where you choose to focus, I claim, truly, truly, truly determines your experience of life. This is Andrea Woolf. Thank you so much for being here and for listening. And remember to harness that amazing, wonderful mind of yours. And above all, remember to fully shine and be your magnificence.